Thank you, Bjorn, and good morning, everyone. We appreciate you joining us this morning. With me on the call today are our co-founder and CEO, Daniel Wiegand, and our Vice President of Business, Sebastian Burrell. We're especially delighted to have Sebastian with us today. He joined Lilium last year and brings over 20 years of aerospace experience. He'll be walking us through the exciting new developments between Lilium and NetJets. In 2021, we had the opportunity to share our vision of creating a radically new, emission-free, high-speed, quiet, and affordable form of regional transportation. With your support, we're moving towards that goal. Today, we want to give you an update on several key developments. These are the highlights. First, a new market opportunity to sell our aircraft through private sales and fractional ownership. Second, a memorandum of understanding with NetJets for the prospective sale of up to 150 Lilium jets, plus related aftermarket services. Third, introduction of a premium 4-passenger club cabin configuration for the private and fractional market as part of our expanded product offering. Fourth, implementation of modifications to our aircraft based upon preliminary design review process that will simplify the design and reduce technical and certification risk. To start with our financials, on cash spend, we met our budget in 2021. Total cash spend for the fiscal year through December 2021 was at $217 million, in line with our planned budget of $221 million, and reflected our budgetary discipline and focus on key engineering projects. The total cash spend for Q4 2021 amounted to $72.7 million, higher than Q3's $56.5 million. The anticipated increase in the latter months of 2021 was mainly driven by the acceleration of the development program, including the planned ramp up in engineering activities and important investments in technology and supply chain. Technology investments mainly related to battery development, energy, and wind tunnel testing facilities. Total cash spend excludes transaction expenses and a one-time equity investment in technology. Going forward, we expect the quarterly total cash spend to decrease in Q1 2022 due to lower investments compared to the previous quarter, partly offset by preparations for extended flight testing in Spain and the build of our next demonstrator aircraft, Phoenix 3. Daniel will tell you more about those activities in a moment. Our liquidity at year-end 2021 is approximately $400 million. Our audited full-year financial statements will be filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission at the end of this month. We're closely monitoring the effects of COVID, the conflict in Europe, and general economic factors on our business and planning. These factors put pressure on our employee, material, and non-recurring supply chain costs, specifically tooling and engineering services, as well as pressure affecting other stakeholders and regulatory agencies. We will provide a full-year financial outlook together with an update on the program at our next business update in May. With that, it's over to Sebastian, who will tell you about one of our key highlights.
Thank you, Jeff, and good morning, everyone. I'm Sebastian Burrell, Vice President of Business at Lilium, and I'm glad to be joining you all today to cover some of the business highlights, starting with the fractional and private aviation segment update. We have received a really strong interest from private and business aviation customers, and I do believe that the Lilium jet is especially well suited for the premium demands of the segment. We will therefore extend our commercial offering to private individuals and business professionals through either direct sales or through a fractional ownership model that we expect to implement through our future collaboration with NetJets. We believe this segment to be highly attractive to Lilium with a greater pricing flexibility, and we also strongly believe they will drive early adoption of the eVTOL aircraft globally. Moving on to NetJets, as Jeff said earlier, we are very excited to be working together with the world's largest private jet company, NetJets. The MOU we signed really covers 3 areas of collaboration. Firstly, NetJets will have a right to order up to 150 Lilium jets, along with the corresponding support services from Lilium for its fractional aircraft ownership program in the US and in Europe. Secondly, NetJets plans to support Lilium in establishing a separate private sales campaign for individuals to purchase Lilium jets. Aircraft will be sold by Lilium directly to private individuals, and those aircraft may then be managed on behalf of the owner by NetJets or its affiliate. Thirdly, we'll also work together to have NetJets run flight operations for our Florida network. As announced before, our landing infrastructure in Florida is to be handled by Ferrovial, a major airport operator and a Lilium investor, together with the Tavistock Development Company. So really, our network plans in Florida continue to make good progress. The proposed arrangement with NetJets is obviously subject to the parties finalizing commercial terms and definitive documentation, but for now, I'm glad to briefly show you a video of our partnership.
I'm Patrick Gallagher. I'm President of Sales, Marketing, and Customer Service at NetJets, and I'm thrilled to be announcing this partnership with Lilium today. We're so excited about the partnership with Lilium, which will start with NetJets having the option to purchase up to 150 Lilium jet aircraft. We'll also be working with Lilium to operate their network in Florida, as well as other key regions in the US and Europe. And Lilium will be working with our sister company, Flight Safety International, to provide products and services. NetJets customers love our exclusive and flexible means of travel, something that they can't find anywhere else in the world. We believe that they'll find the Lilium jet a beautiful addition to the NetJets overall experience because it'll allow them to do more and miss less, which we think is an important part of the overall NetJets value proposition. It'll allow them to travel quieter with zero emissions. It'll allow them to complete that last mile that's being so important in the overall customer journey. With record-breaking flight demand across our industry, it's critically important that NetJets continue to invest now more than ever in providing new solutions for our customers to allow them the ultimate flexibility in their travel. And sustainability is at the forefront of every decision and every conversation that we're having today. So the timing was perfect for this relationship to kick off. Florida is one of our most heavily trafficked regions today. It also represents one of the highest concentrations of NetJets customer base, and it's growing rapidly. We're also seeing new markets within Florida emerge, and so the ability to connect so many of those cities by the Lilium jet, we think is a fantastic opportunity and a great testing ground for applications elsewhere in the country or in the world, frankly. We also see it as an opportunity for Lilium to tap into our well-established market, creating new sales opportunities for them, as well as providing new services to our customers that we haven't been able to offer before.
We're excited about the deal with NetJets really for a bunch of reasons, but we see NetJets as really being the leader in the jet charter space. From the Lilium side, we really believe we're creating the ultimate eVTOL experience. You get in and it's a large cabin, it's spacious, you've got legroom, you've got lots of light. This is the sort of thing that people like and are used to today, especially the kinds of customers that NetJets has. We couldn't be happier with the team that we've been working with at NetJets. We really see them as having a very future-minded, very pragmatic approach. We really welcome their vision in terms of seeing where the world is going, in terms of sustainability, in terms of electric aviation, and particularly with eVTOL. We really appreciate the fact that they've recognized the premium nature of the aircraft we're building and the impact it can have.
Great. So another important and exciting update today is our aircraft and its cabin configuration. Most of you, probably have seen the aircraft and know the aircraft from the way it looks on the outside. With its proprietary ducted electric vector thrust technology, you can actually see clearly on this picture. However, our cabin is really impressive as well. It is designed in a modular and very flexible way. It's long, wide, tall, has lots of lights. It's been smartly designed to accommodate various configurations. This will ultimately allow us to pursue the various segments that we discussed earlier. So starting with our 6-passenger shuttle cabin configuration, which we have announced before, it's high capacity, has lots of legroom space. It's really meant for commercial aviation, shuttle services, and high frequency routes. Now introducing the new 4-passenger club cabin configuration, which is really well suited again to the private and business aviation segment. Offers the highest standards for space and comfort with premium seating, whereby the customer experience will be very special. Lastly, we remain excited for the potential of this large cabin to be turned into a cargo space, especially in the high-speed logistics business. And in this space, we'll not have any windows. We'll intend to support either bulk loading or containers, as you can see in this picture. I'll now hand over to our founder and CEO, Daniel Vigan, to talk about the Lilium Jet program development. Thank you all.
Thank you, Sebastian. Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited about the progress we've made not only on the commercial side, but also most certainly with the aircraft and with professionalizing our aerospace organization. We opened our preliminary design review in the fourth quarter last year, and this is an important milestone in traditional aerospace product developments, but it is similarly important to us. We are conducting the review, as well as its closure, with highly experienced independent advisors who have led some of the industry's most successful programs. Following our closure of the PDR, we expect to release the design data to our supply chain starting in the second quarter of 2022. As described in our November blog, the PDR consists of a series of technical reviews to assess whether the aircraft architecture will meet airworthiness requirements, deliver the performance requirements, and be produced at the appropriate quality levels. Completion of the PDR gives then the green light for engineering to finalize detailed designs and for procurement to ramp up supplier contracting. The PDR process also helps us refine and optimize the aircraft's design, as well as identify and mitigate program and certification risks. We continue to assess, and as a result of the PDR process to date, we are implementing certain changes that simplify the design and reduce technical and certification risk. For example, through a slightly larger and more powerful engine design, we will reduce the number of engines from 36 to 30, and this will firstly reduce part count, weight, and system complexity. It will secondly improve aerodynamic balance between the main wings and the front wings. It will thirdly create potential for lower material and maintenance costs, and lastly improve the design flexibility of the aircraft in the future. We are also introducing, as Sebastian just mentioned, a flexible cabin architecture which enables us to offer a range of different configurations over time, including a 4-passenger club configuration and a 6-passenger shuttle cabin, as well as a future cargo cabin. The cabin configurations we launch at entry into service will be determined by final customer demand, regulatory requirements, and the performance characteristics of the certified aircraft. We continue to evaluate our overall program and launch timeline according to the PDR and will provide an update at our next business update call in May. Now let me tell you where we are with the flight testing of our demonstrator aircraft. Following the highly successful flight test campaign in southern Germany last year, our 5th generation technology demonstrator Phoenix 2 is now at the Atlas Flight Test Center in Vilacarrillo in Spain for high-speed flight testing. The Atlas Flight Test Center provides optimal infrastructure, enabling the aircraft to fly over a large and unpopulated area, and this also offers excellent weather conditions in Spain. We expect our final permits to fly from the Spanish authorities to be issued shortly, and following the wind tunnel tests we've done recently to validate our aerodynamic models, we are expecting an exciting flight test campaign in Spain, which we will expand the flight envelope through full transition into wing-borne flight and do high-speed flight testing. Work remains on track for an additional demonstrator aircraft, Phoenix 3, which is scheduled to go to Spain for first flight this summer. Having 2 test aircraft flying will further accelerate our flight testing campaign this year. I take a lot of pride in the way our aerospace aircraft is progressing, but also in our progress as an aerospace company. We want to build the leading electric aviation company of the 21st century, and therefore in our recruitment, we are focusing on high-quality talent and leadership, and we have recently made some important appointments in key roles. Karim Jalbut joined us from Egon Zehnder as Chief People Officer. His experience in blending new technology with industry mindsets will be invaluable to Lilium. Sebastian Borel, whom you've had a chance to listen to just now, joined us as Vice President Business. John Wysikowski, with 18 years executive experience from Pratt & Whitney, joined as Head of Propulsion. Guillermo Oliveira, a former Principal Engineer at Gulfstream, joined Lilium as Chief Engineer Flight Mechanics. And Andy Strachan joined us as Chief Test Pilot, currently running the campaign in Spain. Andy served in the Royal Air Force and was Chief Test Pilot at Leonardo Helicopters. In the weeks and months ahead, we look forward to updating you further on the aircraft development, on the sourcing, on the flight testing, the commercial activities, as well as the finances. Finally, I wish to extend our sincere thanks to all our stakeholders. We are aware that the financial markets have been turbulent and technology stocks specifically have been challenged. Nevertheless, we are confident that we have a winning family of products and that we have the team to deliver a certified aircraft. We believe the rewards will be compelling for society, for the planet, and our shareholders. Now let me hand you over again to Jeff, and he will open the questions for you.
Thank